Alright guys, hello and welcome back to Let's and we're going to continue, and we've just discovered an interesting fact that Lobio said to us.
I had no desire to go down into the sewers. I had no desire to go down into the sewers.
So obviously you only can go to the cafe here.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe.
He doesn't say the last bit.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe.
It was too hot to sit inside
It was too hot to sit
on a beautiful
inside the
summer's
cafe.
day. Why doesn't he say that? Is it like been missed or something?
The man was still looking. The ex-gendarme showed no effects from the wine he was pouring down his throat. Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded the respect. Not anymore.
I grabbed the flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe, a highly potent and illegal alcoholic drink. Excuse me.
What?
So in this game you can't actually ask them about all your items.
Now I had another lead. I could either go back to Oubier.
See, I always got things confused. Like that was Oubier's house, and that. But what do you find? What is there at Oubier's house? There's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. So we're going to go straight to the gallery.
The Glee's gallery had style and class, but very few customers. Hi, girls. What's the joke?
あなたはキレてですね。
Okay, fine.
If I wanted to be laughed at, there was always Nico.
If I wanted to be laughed at, there was always Nico. I couldn't believe it. The pots were marked at 5,000 francs each. As far as I could tell, the pots were almost identical to the one I'd found in Oubier's house. At that price, I wasn't going anywhere near those pots. Pots, pots, and more pots, all hugely expensive. The pots were protected by a glass case.
So, in order to get through this bit, you
I
actually
didn't
have
think much
to.
of any of these artifacts.
You might recognise the guy on the left there. That is Lane, the art critic. Famously reappeared in Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse.
I didn't think much of any of these artifacts.
But not very given a very big part in this one, which is why I think it was good that he returned.
The glass stopped me from picking up the exhibits.
Excuse me, sir.
Uh-huh.
That area is private.
Oh, so I'm not allowed back here?
No, sir.
It was a sturdy packing case.
Excuse me, there really is nothing to see back there.
Okay, I get the message.
It's rather a mess, sir.
In this version, there are a lot of funny things that you don't see in the remaster. It's a shame.
Oh, no, you don't.
It was a machine for reading credit cards. I had no possible use for a credit card reader. He looked like an older version of Labano. The same supercilious expression, the same disdain in his eyes, and the same damned ponytail. Are you Mr. Glees, the owner?
Yes, sir. May I help you?
You're English?
These days one prefers to think of oneself as European.
Sure. Whatever you say.
And how precisely may one assist you, sir?
I'd like your opinion on this pot.
Interesting. Would sir be interested in selling the article?
That depends. How much would you give me for it?
300? Possible 325?
What? Those other pots are priced at 5,000 francs each.
Yes, but this is clearly the work of an inferior, degenerated culture.
You mean it's English?
Look, why don't you get a second opinion?
From who?
Mr. Lane, the world-renowned art critic and collector.
He's an art critic? I thought there was a carnival in town. I have some questions I'd like to ask about those pots.
The Mexican collection? Certainly, sir.
Where did you get them from?
Mexico, of course. I think sir will find the price extremely reasonable.
Hey, I'm not interested in buying them.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, you'll excuse me.
Pardon me?
You're Lane, the critic, aren't you?
Correct. Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy? Doing what?
Appreciating the art. Or depreciating it. I have a reputation to uphold.
I could tell this guy was going to be hard work. What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure, but I have a suspicion it might be urine. Glees can't expect a favorable criticism of his gallery when he serves this muck.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes, very rapuche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
What's the difference between my pot and all those other pots?
Yours is broken.
Why, you smug, pompous sloth.
Sticks and stones, dear boy, sticks and stones.
Oh, sticks and stones, is it?
That pot you smashed belonged to Professor Oubier.
Did it really? I thought the man had more taste.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge. A valuable relic of an ancient civilization lay smashed on the floor. The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve. Lane doesn't think much of your choice of wine.
Blasted nerve. The priest who sold it to me said it was a good year.
That slob Lane just smashed my Mayan pot.
Yes, he can be rather impulsive.
Impulsive? The man's a hooligan. I bet if it was one of yours, you'd be more concerned.
Well, I'm not going to talk to,
It was the flask of absinthe I'd borrowed from the gendarme.
I'm not going to talk to him too much more. We need to focus on putting this in Lane's wine glass. And as we know, absinthe is an extra sort of kick to alcohol.
I splashed a little absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Gleese's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
Oh, really? Would you like another splash? I'll happily give you one, Lane.
Allow me.
Here you go.
A valuable relic of an ancient civilization lay smashed on the floor. Fragments of priceless pots lay shattered on the floor. There was nothing worth retrieving from the mess. There was nothing... Were those pots very valuable?
The pots are insured, but not the shelving. You've no idea how much that cost me. I hope to God Oubier has plenty more of these pots at the docks. If not, I'm ruined.
Glees wasn't happy, I could tell. There was nothing worth fragments.
Go away.
Alright, so you can't actually look at Lane, but George says, I'm not going to waste my breath on that drunkard. So let's have a look at the packaging in here, because
there was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing. But pasted on the side was the remains of a label. Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing. It was beginning to make sense. Oubier had organized Nico's abduction. Oubier withdrew money from Marseille. Oubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
And off we go to Marseille. And this music, I love. I love this music. So good. I mean,
it was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Alright, I'm going to save the game here. Right, let's drop a safe zone now. I mean, in my opinion, Broken Sword 1 is the better game. Or a lot of people's minds is the better game. I personally prefer this game. I love Broken Sword 1, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic game. I just know it really well. I'm much more familiar with this game. I was introduced into the series, I think, with this game. It was actually one of my friends who actually introduced me to this game, and I adored it thereafter. Absolutely adored it.
It was just a heap of chains and stuff. There was nothing there I wanted. There was a glow of light at the window of the hut. It was a tall wire mesh fence. The chimney was a metal pipe with a conical hat on top to stop the rain getting in. Ouch! That's hot.
Why would you touch a hot pipe like that?
Ouch! That's hot.
Ah. So I'm not exactly going to talk to the Watchman because I want to get through this bit as quickly as I can. It's not necessary to talk to him, not really. You can get some quite funny conversations out of him, but as I said in the last video, I want to try and get this done in about, if I can get done in 10 videos, brilliant. I don't honestly think I will, because I'll need to go for at least an hour during this video. But my plan is to at least get the Colomonte in this video and then stop. I was actually going to get just to like be on this part and then stop, but no, I want to get through the warehouse. I want to get through all that. I want to show off a couple of things, so that's why it's going to take me a little bit longer. But that's why I'm going to do it in one video, so splitting it into more than one.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
Alright, so you can actually freak the Watchman out by doing this. You can't get in at this point. You have to do something to get the Watchman out.
was a box of blank forms. The watchman was big and bulgy, like a sack of potatoes. His flushed and bloated face wore a sleepy, amiable expression.
Excuse me? Huh? Who's there?
Oh! Do you see his trousers sort of rumble with that fucking fart? Oh! Oh! And George lands a bit awkwardly as well. Now, if you actually do something a little unusual, you can actually do this.
The bottle was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it.
Actually, I've just thought of a really good idea. I could show you all the conversations, but not necessarily have to do it as part of the story.
Ouch! That's hot.
Ah.
The bottle was half... The spike held a stack of papers which appeared to be shipping documents. None of them referred to Condor Transglobal.
Ouch! Gotcha! That'll learn you to leave things alone.
Yeah, George, leave things alone. You heard what the watchman said, leave things alone. Stop being trying to be a little thief. Oh, I can take it off now.
Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney.
Alright, before we do that, we're going to talk to the watchman. And I am actually going to include this within the story. So, let's get on with it, shall we? Some of these conversations are hilarious, though.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
I have these very exotic panties.
Take them away, you pervert!
Oh, so fucking funny.
Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
Alright, we're gonna leave it now.
I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
No matter what you say to him,
Really?
he will not let you through the gate. He won't let you go and see me go. Or try and rescue her. He won't believe you, so don't, there's no point even doing it. The best way is to get the bottle as soon as you can, and then do what I do next. Now, this is another funny thing. You can use the dart with the lock on the gate.
I decided I would not be able to pick a 5-barrel hardened steel heavy-duty padlock with a dart. Breaking steel padlocks with my bare hands was a feat I'd never mastered. The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke. Is something wrong?
Something wrong? I nearly choked to death.
Why don't you get some air? Take a long walk along the pier. I could stay here and watch the gate.
Oh, no. You'd be through that gate as soon as my back was turned.
With that crazy dog around? Someday I hope to have kids.
All right. We've been at this now for nearly half an hour. We need to get on with it, don't we? Right. Let's get up in the hut. I'll show you another funny sort of thing, and then we'll get moving. We'll get moving. So if you only pick up one particular thing, being the dog biscuits, which is the game item, you'll proceed the story on. If you only pick up the coal and then leave, you won't. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is the one thing in this game that I find hilariously funny even now. You see the stove?
It was an old iron stove, which heated the hut and the watchman's dinner.
Now George does this.
Yow! Stove equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain.
Oh, you know what? I've just thought of something really, really funny to do in the editing process. Oh, it just come to mind. Okay.
Yow! Stove equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain.
Okay, I just want to load it 2 more times. I want to try different things.
Yow! Stove equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain. Yow! Stove equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain.
Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious. It absolutely just it just has me in tears. On the first time I've done that, I was in fucking
Someone had once told me
tears.
a piece of coal brought you luck.
And this is why the original game has such a high,
Who was I
high
to
thing
argue with
above
irrational
the
superstition?
remaster, because it has this kind of stuff in it. Now I've just realised that I also have to cook dinner tonight, or at least try and have something to eat. So I am going to finish this video when we get to the warehouse.
The packet was full of dog biscuits.
3 parts, forgetting to call Monte, I think is really good. It's not that bad, so we'll do it that way.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here.
Okay, just hold on to that dog.
Yeah, the watchman doesn't appreciate you bursting into his office. But you can do it again.
wanna end up as dog died?
Now, there's an option I'd never truly considered before.
Alright, and with that being done, we're now finished.
Here, boy, have a nice crunchy biscuit.
So this puzzle probably, I mean, there are puzzles in this game, and in the first game, like the goat being one, that is probably not very easy to sort of figure out, but this one's fairly easy to figure out. As I said, this one was done
I felt a slight
in
twinge
a
of conscience as I
year
prepared to
between
give
the
the
first
dog a
game and
dunking.
this one. There was only a year
It soon
development.
passed.
So they have acknowledged, Revolution have acknowledged that this game was rushed, or like, you know, and there are a lot of voices recycled in this game. And
As I'd expected,
if you
the
guys
dog
could
could
actually
swim
pick
like
them
a-
out in the comments,
like a dog.
I'll be rather impressed. But at the moment, I can't remember them. Right, there is one thing I'm going to do before we actually finish this video at the dock end, at the warehouse exterior. I want to do this bit before we move on in the next video. There's the dog. You know what? I'm going to continue till we actually get inside. Let's continue till we get inside. I feel it's necessary.
It was a beautiful piece of 19th century engineering, but not a lot of use to me. It read Pont de Nord, fine wine producers. I didn't recognize the label. The doors looked 100 years old, but they were still very sturdy.
Actually, no, I am going to continue. I am going to continue till we actually get to Coromante. I'm basically a good deal across now, so let's continue. Let's get this done in part 2. I don't want to be messing about here, you know, in part 3. So let's just get this done. It won't take me very long. It literally won't take me very long. It's very easy, very quick. As long as I do it right, it'll be fine. I do want to show off some of the conversations you can have with the guy at the door of the warehouse. If you recognise someone, you should recognise this guy at your bottom right of your screen in a second. Do you recognise that guy? Does he look familiar? You should do.
It was the creep who'd kidnapped Nico, and I had a score to settle. I wouldn't have been hurt over the din of the fan.
Right, and the way you shut off the fan is to use a boat hook.
That did the trick. The fan clunked and shorted out as its blades were mashed by the boat hook.
Hey, you make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
Garzak's already mad because we didn't get the stone. You give me any trouble, I'll tell him it was all your fault.
Karzak. That must be his boss. The boat hook was jammed in the dented fan blades.
Alright, So when you go and knock on the door, the guy will come and answer the door, and you have a number of options that you can do with talking to him. I'm going to show you some of those options now, and I'm going to save state it so we can, you know. So let's save state it now.
Who is he?
Alright, so we're going to go with the gendarme one first.
Police, we want to talk to you about abduction, arson, and attempted murder.
You got a warrant?
Sure, I got a warrant. Open the door, I'll show you.
You wait.
That's got him scared. And angry.
Right. Don't worry about that. That's one option. But if you do that option, he will come out, and if you remain up on this bit, he will shoot you and kill you.
Who is he?
Is this Condor Transglobal?
Nobody here. Go away.
I'll give you 5 seconds to let me in, or I'll bust down the door.
Okay. I'm coming.
He didn't sound too happy.
Nope. And the third option is to tell him who you really are.
Who is he?
My name is Stobbart, George Stobbart.
What do you want?
I want to return your spider. I pulled its legs off, which is exactly what I'm going to do to you.
I got the feeling he wasn't too pleased to see me.
And there was another option there. You can see Nico's face. So what happens if you choose Nico?
Who is he?
My name is Stobbart, George Stobbart.
What do you want?
I've come for my girl.
No girls here.
Open up, creep.
I got the feeling he wasn't too pleased to see me.
And then the last option is probably the best option to pick, because it's also the funniest option you can pick.
Who is he?
Is a pizza option.
Pizza delivery?
I didn't order pizza.
No? This is the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company, isn't it?
I don't like pizza.
Oh, come on. Everyone likes pizza.
Maybe he was allergic to mozzarella.
Alright, I think there's actually an option after this, so let's save it here after that option.
Hey,
What now?
Oh, okay.
look. This pizza's been paid for. You might as well take it.
I told you, I don't like pizza.
Not even with extra olives?
I hate them. Olives are the devil's butt nuggets.
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Right. You want to immediately head up this ladder. Immediately. Don't think about it. Just get up there. Because he will shoot you. This is the first place in the whole game you can die, and the way you get in there, 'cause otherwise if you don't do it, he'll go back inside and you'll have to do it all over again. So he'll come out, he'll look around, but he won't think to look above him. So what you do, which took me ages to work out, is you do this, and doing that, he won't notice the barrel going down, but he will hear the thud, and he will look around. And he will be knocked out. It's quite a long way down to that barge, you know. Come on, down you go, George. Alright, I'm not gonna stop the video, guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the video here, go and eat and do other things for a little bit. You know, just take a break, because I've been going for 40 minutes now. I don't want to end this video. I want to actually get this done in one video, so I'm gonna cut the video here and come back later on to it. So I'll see you in a few, but it'll be a couple of hours for me. So.
He blew himself up. What an idiot.
You idiot!
Alright guys, I'm back. Yeah, but let's continue. I'm not going to look in any of this because I like to find out it when we get to the... Hold on.
The fan was a real mess. A splintered boat hook, dented blades, and a shorted motor.
Right, we want to open up the drawer.
The only interesting thing I found was a small brass key. I wasn't going back out there. Oh no. It was an old, creaky, heavy, splintery wooden door. Whoa! Don't shoot! The little guy had a blowpipe. That confirmed my suspicions about what had happened to Nico. I waited for him to shoot me, but it didn't happen. Instead, he seemed to want to tell me something. What? What do you want? He seemed excited, almost desperate. What did he want so bad?
Alright, I'm not going to worry about anything.
It was a small brass key. Hi. I'm not going to hurt...
Quaramonte.
Was that your name? Quaramonte?
Quaramonte.
His vocabulary seemed a little restricted. What does this key unlock?
Huh?
Hey, you're manacled. Who did this? That big thug? I'm gonna set you free, okay? Hey, come back here.
So I just if you look at the board, you actually get a funny comment made by George, and it's too funny. I keep thinking of
The
it.
little guy had gone to ground amongst the stack of crates.
It's too funny not to pass up.
Among the paperwork which adorned the notice board was something which caught my eye. It was a delivery note from Condor Transglobal, and the address was Coromante City.
It's a place, not the little guy's name. Oh, I should have guessed he wouldn't have a stupid name like Coromante.
I'm sorry, but that is fucking hilarious. Sorry, to having a drink, guys. Sorry.
I couldn't pry the doors apart with my bare hands. There was usually an easier way to do it. It was an elevator to the upper floor. It was the button to call the elevator.
Oh, well spotted there, George. Well done.
Just in time. Interrupting the beam of light kept the doors from closing and stopped anyone from using the elevator. But what now? There. That would keep the doors from closing. Nothing happened. That was... I noticed a faint mark on the wooden floor. There was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall. My fingers traced the outline of a secret door in the wall. Then I found a small round stud, which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling. Just as I'd hoped, a secret room. Nico! Nico was trussed up like a chicken, but she didn't appear to be harmed. Hold still. This might hurt a little.
Ow!
Think yourself lucky you don't have a mustache.
Thank God it's you, George. How did you find me?
I'll explain later. We have to get out of here.
Where's Pablo, the big guy?
Out cold. Too much wine doesn't agree with him. Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. Untie me this instant.
What?
Get me out of this chair.
What?
get me out of this chair.
That look in her eyes told me I'd better get those ropes untied, and fast.
George, what are you doing?
Will you look at this?
Put it down and untie me.
Do you know what it is?
No, but it's been watching me for the last 24 hours. Pablo put it there, to scare me, I think.
It was a small statue of a kneeling figure in an ornate headdress. The head was hideous, with huge staring eyes set in a decomposing face. Hey, somebody's marketing Labano dolls.
George, untie me now.
You can leave her, which is actually quite hilarious.
Where are you going?
I'll be back in a moment.
What about me?
Don't panic. Everything's under control.
George, you're leaving your girlfriend, man. Come on. Have some decency. Have some compassion for Nico. We'll go back to her in a minute, guys. Trust me. Just got to do this. No. Come on.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
But we'll move this now and then it's done.
The crate was labeled, "Danger. Live contents. Do not drop." There were small holes in the top and sides and scratchy noises coming from inside.
You never find out what's actually in that box.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics. There. How you feeling?
Oh, thanks, George. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Oubier had been in Marseille, but never mind about me. How about you tell me exactly what's going on, starting with that Mayan stone?
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes. The proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Mou. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oubier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oubier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work for him. Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
Nico, wait!
Whoops. Using the mouse. I'm not going to use the mouse. I need to use my... Yeah.
We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure.
Alright, so because we've pretty much done everything we need to in this area, we can ask Nico some questions and talk to her, but I think we can talk to her in Qualamonte, if I remember rightly. So we're just going to get there now and be able to finish off what I started about 4 hours ago.
It was too heavy for me to move on my own. It was too heavy for me to move on my own. Nico looked well considering her ordeal. Did I hear you refer to Inspector Moo?
Yes, you remember him?
Of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo-Templars, he went into hiding. Moo knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about our involvement with the case?
If he does, he's not telling. Still, he got a sudden promotion.
Okay, tell me what you know about Condor.
Condor Transglobal exports Aztec and Mayan relics from Central America to Europe. But that's just a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Nothing yet.
Right. Let's just get on with it and get to Qualamonte, shall we?
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Okay, push! Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobbart.
Alright, let's do it. Let's go outside.
The doors had been smashed open.
Oh, yes they have, George. They certainly have. And let's get outside and see what we can see. And... Ah.
I thought about hanging from the cable with my bare hands, but it was too far to the other end of the cable to escape that way. The cable was too thick and greasy to hold on to with my bare hands.
Huh. No, didn't even say that before.
That was no... no. No, I had to think of something else. No, that's wrong. I don't think so. Nico, I have a great idea.
George, where have you been?
Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, André. Give the stone to George.
well, of course, if you say so, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Coromonte is in Central America. That's where Oubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
Claramonte, the traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Transglobal seemed a good place to start.
Right, this video's certainly been a long one, guys. I did tell you I would get to Colomonte in 2 videos, and I've done just that. And to be honest with you, from sort of like the end of this point, you're about halfway through the game, believe it or not. I would say
Hey, it's market
when you
day.
get to Ketch's Landing, that is probably the
I don't see any
halfway
cash.
point,
Let's ask
and
someone
that's
how to
soon
get to
after.
Claramonte
That's
City.
basically after
Okay.
South America.
Keep your eyes peeled for any
So
sign of Condor
Paris and
Transglobal.
Marseille is the first sort of quarter. This is the sort of next sort of quarter, and then then it's halfway point before you get to Ketch's Landing. Ketch's Landing, London Museum, British Museum, Zombie Island, Underground, Zombie Island Part 2, film set / beach. God, it's actually more than I thought. Then the docks, and then it's back to Zombie Island on the beach. That thing on the beach, and then it's back with Nico. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm going to finish this video. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure once again bringing you this, and I hope you will join me next time for the continuation of Broken Sword 2. So without that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Well guys, you've reached the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. A button will be up on the screen as I speak right now. Also, drop me a like if you liked the video, or a dislike if you didn't like something about the video. I welcome both a like and a dislike. And if you haven't already, drop me a comment down below and tell me what you think. Any suggestions, be sure to let me know in the comments, or you can leave me a tweet. The links are in the description down below. And as always, guys, I really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you next time. So, see you then.